in class and we started talking about global warming and the effects it had on the Earth.
Okay, so why do I care?
Well...
Oh no, not another one of your crazy adventures.
You know me so well.
Ugh, no.
But I don't know what global warming is.
First thing you need to know is that global warming is real. No matter what people say, global warming is real.
Why should I take your word for it? You lie all the time.
Ria, this is no time for jokes. And plus, I have evidence, okay? For example, global temperatures are increasing, the sea level is rising, and ice caps are shrinking. And it's all because of us.
What do you mean us? I didn't do it, I promise.
Not you specifically, God, Ria. But human activities are the main source of global warming, and it has huge negative effects.
Like what?
The change in weather patterns and rising ocean temperatures and acidification is affecting our whole ecosystem. The temperature changes will eventually affect our food and energy supplies. And ocean acidification, that could kill off so many species in the ocean.
Wow, this is a bigger issue than I thought. So what can we actually do to help? Sitting here at school isn't going to do anything. This might be a helpful adventure after all. Oh my god, Amanda, I just could not sleep last night. I did all this research on global warming, and I have to show you.
Jeez, I didn't know you could run that fast. Who knew you were so interested? All right. Let's get down to business. Show me what you found.
Okay, so first off, we have to understand that CO2 emissions are the main source of global warming. It is called the greenhouse effect. Basically, energy comes from the sun and it warms the earth. The earth absorbs the sun's rays while some rays are reflected back into space. Most of the outgoing heat is absorbed by greenhouse gas molecules and re-emitted in all directions, warming the surface of the earth and the lower atmosphere. The issue now, though, is that there are so many greenhouse gases in the air, like carbon dioxide, that are absorbing more sun than they should, which then stays in the atmosphere and continues to heat up the earth, even though those rays belong in space.
What the heck? I was supposed to be the expert. Anyway, how can we stop this? I don't want to live in a world where global warming is an issue anymore.
Our main goal now is to reduce the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, and the best way to do that is to change our energy source.
There should be another way. Oh wait, I heard something on the news about solar energy.
That's such a good idea. We should do some more research about that.
Okay. But we have to get to class now. I have a huge math major summative, and it's GDC active.
I hate GDC active.
Good, thanks. Oh my goodness, I literally learned so much about solar energy.
Same. I can't wait to talk about this. Let's go.
Okay, where do I start? Okay, solar energy is the world's most abundant source of renewable energy. It changes the way sunlight is reflected and absorbed by the earth.
Yeah, so there are a couple different methods for using solar energy, but the three most popular are thermal technology, passive solar heating, and photovoltaic cells.
Okay, but how do they work? Like, what's the science behind these methods?
Okay, well, the main focus behind solar thermal technology is to collect the sun's heat. So mirrors or reflectors concentrate the sun's rays to produce a special kind of liquid. Then the heat from this boils water to create steam. The steam spins in a turbine, and that is connected to a generator, which creates electricity. The steam cools and condenses back to water, which is recycled and concentrated again into steam.
That's so cool. And it's also reducing the carbon dioxide emissions. What are the other ways?
So passive solar heating is similar to passive transport in a cell. Look at that bioreference. Look, anyways, just like passive transport does not require energy to move from high to low concentrations, passive solar heating does not require extra energy for it to happen. Large windows that usually face south, because that's where the most sunlight is, and are not shaded, absorb the sunlight hitting the window, heating it up.
That's kind of what happens in my house during the summer. My windows get hit with the sunlight, and then my house starts to warm up. I never realized that solar energy was being used as an alternative to stop global warming.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, the last method is called photovoltaic cells. This is when sunlight hits the surface of a photovoltaic cell, which is an electrical device, and then the material called a semiconductor converts the light into electricity.
That's also cool, but that seems like it could be harmful to the environment.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Toxic materials and chemicals used in the manufacturing process of PV cells are released into the air, and this can kill both birds and insects if they fly into a concentrated beam of sunlight. So we should try to stay away from using PV cells. I also found that solar energy has a ton of benefits.
Really?
Yeah. Did you know that solar energy systems do not produce air pollutants or CO2? It has minimal impact on the environment.
That's awesome. It even saves us from the one thing we don't want, carbon dioxide.
I know, and it cleans and works independently, so people don't even have to monitor it.
Wow. This is life-changing. Did you know that 10 states use solar energy? They could provide 35% of the country's solar electricity. 35%! And right now, there are over 22,700 MW of cumulative solar electric capacity operating in the U.S. That's enough to power more than an average of 4.6 million American homes.
And the best part is, it's renewable.
Not to mention that as more and more advancements are occurring for solar energy, the cost of production is decreasing and the efficiency is increasing.
That's it. I'm telling my parents to add solar panels on our roof. There's nothing bad about it.
I wouldn't quite say that.
Oh no, what now?
Well, there are a couple limitations to solar energy. First, the amount of sunlight that arrives at the Earth's surface is not constant. It varies depending on location, time of day and year, and weather conditions. Next, the sun does not deliver that much energy to one place at one time, so a large surface area is required to collect the energy at a useful rate.
Oh shoot, I didn't even think about that. Well, at least it doesn't harm the environment, right?
Well, yes and no. Yes, like we talked about before, solar energy doesn't produce air pollutants or CO2, but what happens is in order to add these solar panels to power plants, we have to clear land for construction. Clearing this land could disrupt the ecosystem there. Food chains could be cut off, or habitat areas for native plants and animals could reduce greatly. And if the power plants are in arid locations, they could take the water remaining and use it, leaving nothing for the plants and animals there.
Okay, but everything has a bad side, right? There can't be more.
Hold on. Power plants can be very expensive and requires a lot of land to collect the sun's energy at rates useful to lots of people, especially in the winter when the need for domestic heating increases by 3%. The solar panels cool the area around it, so it's great for summer, but it sucks for winter.
So is solar power even a good option then? Does it even reduce our carbon footprint?
Well, it reduces the amount of CO2, but it doesn't really help the environment all that much. So I guess in a way it is better, but I wouldn't say it's the best choice.
Let's go back to our world. We have bioethics coming up.
Hey, how excited are you for this field trip in bio?
I'm so glad we are going on a field trip this year.
Same. I can't wait to go to the vet's office. You know, when I was little, I always wanted to be a veterinarian.
Same. I can't wait to go see all those sea creatures they take care of, especially the loggerhead sea turtles.
Yeah, they're like my favorite animal.
Okay, well, see you tomorrow. Amanda, you know how we were researching about global warming and CO2 emissions?
Yeah, so?
Well, the CO2 emissions are affecting the ocean as well. The poor loggerhead sea turtles are being affected by ocean acidification.
What the heck is ocean acidification?
You know all about global warming, but you don't know what ocean acidification is?
Okay, calm down. I don't know everything.
Well, anyways, ocean acidification decreases the pH and the carbonate concentration of ocean water caused by CO2 pumped into the atmosphere. This is really bad for animals with calcium carbonate shells or skeletons like mussels.
Oh no, that's horrible. But how does this work?
Glad you asked. Well, The ocean absorbs a quarter of the CO2 released into the atmosphere every year. At first, this was a good thing as it controlled temperatures, but now there is research proving that the CO2 absorbed is changing the chemistry of the seawater.
Oh no. So even though we found an alternative on land, solar energy, this won't help the ocean.
Exactly. So we need to learn more about the sea turtles in order to establish how they are being affected by ocean acidification.
When we go to the vet's office, we might get a better idea of what is actually happening.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to see the turtles. We're going to see the turtles.
Okay, Amanda, calm down. Thanks.
I can't. Hey, did you know that loggerhead sea turtles are carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores?
That's not possible.
Yeah, it is. The adults are more carnivorous, eating jellyfish, conches, crabs, and fish. On the other hand, the hatchlings eat more seaweed.
That's so weird. But you're not the only one who researched information about them.
Oh yeah? What could you possibly know?
Well, loggerhead sea turtles live usually in coastal bays and estuaries. They live in shallow waters along the continental shelves of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans.
Therefore, they aren't like deep sea turtles, and they prefer to be within the first couple meters of the ocean.
Duh.
Okay, you know what?
Whatever. Back to the loggerhead sea turtles. They have tons of important morphological features.
Really? The only thing I know is that they have a massive head and strong jaws, which enables them to crush hard-shelled prey like conches and whelks.
Well, other than that, they have a bony carapace, which is a shell. This shell does not have ridges and has large, non-overlapping, rough scales.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, I know. They also have flippers that are short and thick with 2-inch claws. Additionally, they have scale points on their front limbs used to move food.
Wow, these turtles are really something. Oh wait, I just remembered. They also have a special adaptation in their throats that filters out foreign bodies, like fish hooks.
Okay, well, let's hit the sack early so we can get a good rest before tomorrow's big day.
We made it to the vet's office. We made it to the vet's office.
Amanda, will you please stop singing? You know you're not as good as Beyonce.
Whatever.
Hey, look, the loggerhead sea turtles. Aw, look how cute they are.
They have a little description about their life cycle. Look, the loggerhead sea turtles live for more than 50 years. In reproduction, the females reach maturity at 35 years. The mature females then will return to where they hatched to lay their eggs, known as the natal beach. They mate every 2 to 3 years and return to the beach and lay around 4 clutches, and with each clutch including 100 to 120 eggs. The gender of the turtles depends on the temperature of the water. If there are warmer temperatures, then it will be female, but if it is cooler, then it will be a male. The mating season begins in April and ends in September, and it peaks in June.
It also says that the distributional range of the loggerhead sea turtles are between the Atlantic and Indian Ocean, primarily in between Oman, the United States, and Australia. Within the United States, 80% of the loggerhead sea turtles are in Florida.
Right in our own country. They look so happy and content with their life, probably because they do not have to experience the effects of ocean acidification.
That's true, but I'm still a bit confused about how ocean acidification would affect the sea turtles themselves.
Well, I was looking into this, and there are immediate and long-term effects on both the habitat and diet, as well as the entire food web. But I'm not sure what the food web is for a loggerhead sea turtle.
Oh, the food web. They posted this video on YouTube specifically about the loggerhead. Here, look.
That makes sense. Experience the effects of ocean acidification.
That's true, but I'm still a bit confused about how ocean acidification would affect the sea turtles themselves.
Well, I was looking into this, and there are immediate and long-term effects on both the habitat and diet, as well as the entire food web. But I'm not sure what the food web is for a loggerhead sea turtle.
Oh, the food web. They posted this video on YouTube specifically about the loggerhead. Here, look.
That makes sense. Well, the immediate effects on the habitat and diet is that more shelled creatures will die, getting rid of some of the food they eat.
Oh, that's like the effect on the food web, too. The pH affects the ability to produce shells. Marine organisms produce calcium carbonate shells, which are affected by CO2 levels.
Gosh darn it, those poor creatures. The long-term effects on the habitat and diet is photosynthetic algae and seagrasses benefit from higher CO2 conditions.
And the long-term effects on the food web is that the shelled organisms are at risk, and humans rely on them for food as well.
So the immediate and long-term effects on the food web are pretty similar.
Yes, and on top of all of that, the loggerhead sea turtles are endangered.
Really? That makes all of this ocean acidification worse.
Well, let's go enjoy some more of the sea animals, and we can brainstorm ways to help this issue out at home tonight, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's go.
Ooh, I see Nemo and Dory. Oh wait, there's two Dorys and another one and another one.